Roosters are well known for being one of the most aggressive animals on this planet. They will attack at any chance they get, but thankfully today I'm going to be showing you how to minimize these attacks. But before we begin, there's something I must say. And that thing that I must say is actually quite simple. So basically, you will never be able to fully 100% tame your rooster. Like, your rooster is never going to be like this chicken cute right here, where she's easily approachable and you can just walk right over without her having any issues with you. Most roosters, it's just simply impossible to tame them to that point. So today, I'm just gonna be giving you a guide to tame them to a point where they won't really attack you unless you do something extremely stupid. Which hopefully, because you guys are viewers of my channel, I trust that you guys are incredibly intelligent humans and will not do anything stupid around your chickens. The best piece of advice I have for anyone that's looking to tame their rooster is to treat their hens with respect. See, roosters look at the way you treat the hens, and that's how they'll determine how much they hate you. See, if you treat your hens poorly or just don't care about them at all, he's just going to automatically assume that you don't like the hens and that you mean nothing but harm to the flock. But if you give them benefits, and even give him benefits too in the flock, like, you give them some treats every day, you show to them that you are not who he thinks you are, then you're basically going to be setting your chicken flock up for some success. Especially considering that roosters, as I said, really look at the way you treat the hens. So if these hens right here, if say I had a rooster in this flock, he would probably be generally tame. Like Falcon, no matter how much I really hated on him, he wasn't that terrible of a rooster around me. Like, sure, he had his moments. Every rooster will have their moments where they think they're gonna challenge you, but most times they're gonna just end up embarrassing themselves, like Falcon did every single time he tried to charge at me. But this flock has been roosterless for a couple months, and I'll just say it's benefited them heavily. But either way, this is one of the most successful methods that people use to help ensure that their roosters are tame. And it might take a while. You might not see immediate results. It's not something that you'll see overnight. Like, you wake up the next morning and your rooster's just not gonna attack you anymore. It takes a long time to convince your rooster that you're not a bad human being. It takes a lot of work. And let me just say, results for this one usually come after like 3 to 4 months at least. I've had success in as little as 3 weeks, but sometimes it could take many months for this to end up being the case. Now, I obviously could have shared a whole lot more tips with you, but as I said in the previous part of the video, most of them aren't going to do anything. That one tip, as I said, taking them on with respect, slowly but surely, might take a while, but it's going to be your best option. All the other options that I might have told you of before don't have a very high success rate. I mean, you could try them, but here's a couple add-ons you could do to maybe speed up the process just a little bit. At night, you can take him off the roosting board, because most of the times, as long as you sneak up from behind, he's not really gonna care too much. And you walk with him while you do, maybe like you bring in the waters or something, and then you bring him back to the coop by the time it's all said and done. That's very simple. And I've noticed that most roosters don't really try attacking you because they kind of give up at night, because most chickens, they know they can't really fight back when they're in a vulnerable position like that. That is one thing I'll say that really works a lot to slowly speed up the process. Another thing you can do is treat him mainly with a ton of respect. Feed him more, make sure, like, don't show aggressive eye contact with him. Don't do anything. Just treat him with utmost respect. Treat him like he's the leader of the flock. That's something that's really, really going to, speed up the process. It might take like a month off of it. It's not gonna, like, take the total amount of time it's gonna take to tame him from like 4 months to 4 weeks. It might take it from 4 months to 3 months, maybe 2.5 months if you're lucky. But really, that's the only way you're gonna get to be able to get him as close as possible to being tame. Let me just say that for sure. Now, if everything else fails, there is one final method that will ensure that he will be tame. And that is called the chicken dinner solution. There's a 100% success rate, never failed anybody. Everyone on this planet that's attempted this has always succeeded, and that is because you simply butcher the chicken. You either hire someone to do it, or if you're good enough at it yourself, you do it yourself. That is the most successful option, and that's where most people go, especially if they don't see speedy results. So wait a couple months, wait like 5 months at most to make this decision. This is a risky one because you never know, he could be waiting to show you respect, and when he's about to show you some respect, you just butcher him. So please just wait a little bit, and if he's really causing issues, you can sell him. And like, if he's causing extreme issues, like he's terrorizing your chickens and like actually inflicting injury on you, and no, those little tiny scratches and rips that you might get if you're wearing pajamas out there, that's not extreme aggression. I'm talking about extreme injuries. Like, there's just blood everywhere. It's a very, it's a very graphic scene. those types of injuries. And only then would I highly recommend butchering him or getting rid of him altogether, because at that point, that's really where you want to lead to, or if he just doesn't show any progress in like 6 or 7 months. But also, you could do it regardless of what you think. You could just, like, you know, butcher him immediately as soon as you find out you have a rooster, because some people just don't want to deal with this whole process. In the center of the screen right now, there's going to be a guide for how to raise meat chickens if you're interested. But if you're not, be sure to click on the channel, and I'll assure you that there's tons of videos out on this channel. You'll find at least one that you'll really enjoy. So subscribe on your way out. I'll see you guys on Wednesday.